Hello and welcome to the next tutorial on MagicSpells for SneakyRP 201. As is tradition in the 201 series, we'll be working with spell delivery, and in this case we're going to work on a very powerful delivery tool called the Pulser spell. A Pulser spell is effectively a block that casts spells at people. Let's look at the config. Spell list. Pulser. File. So call it spells tutorial. By the way, any spells always has to start with spells or spell. I'm not sure if I actually told you that in earlier tutorials, but they do. Pulser spell. Or let's just call it pulser.yaml. Delete all of that. What are we going to make our pulser do? Let's stick to an instant spell for now. I don't want to go into area spells quite yet. Firenova, that's a fun one. Let's do a Firenova pulser. Okay, so we're looking into a pulser spell. Wand of the, what's the spell going to be called? Fireburst. Wand of the Fireburst. Summon a Fireburst trap. Fireburst. Pulser. With something like a pulser, it should already be pretty much so clear to anyone reading your code what it does that you don't have to be more specific than just pulser, in my opinion. Pulsers are target spells, which means they're going to target the ground. Just copy an example from the wiki. Don't need cooldown. Range 999. Make it 10 pulses on a 20 tick interval. No, not enough. 5 pulses on a 40 tick interval. Max distance 0. The max distance is of course explained on the configs here. It's just how far away can you go from the pulser before it stops working. Block type. Let's make it... I'm gonna make it a netherrack block. What are those called? Netherrack, should have known. Most of these times namespace ID are the blocks that you want to look. If you want to start using modded blocks for this, it gets a little bit more complicated. For now, I guess the best solution is just use base game blocks, because you can look those up on the wiki. And then if we actually start implementing your spell onto the live server, then for now I will look into changing the block type for you, because it's kind of tricky to figure out the proper name for a modded block. Don't need that, so we can delete it since the default is false. Strings, let's put in a capital 3 for player. Of course, need a right click cast item. Please make a left click this time, just because we always do right click. Fireburst-item. By the way, you can definitely put multiple spells on a single item. A single item can do a lot. There's even ways to cycle through spells. So you can do left and right click, you can do shift right click, you can cycle through it. all viable options. Hitting that left click. We're not looking at modifiers yet, so don't look at that. That's for the 301 series. You don't get to look at that yet. I'll have the name fireburst-pulser. And it shall cast a spell that is called fireburst-firenova. Firenova. Again, it's we're doing a very default thing here, so our command can be as simple as firenova. Once things start getting more complicated, then you'll start using more words to explain what you're doing. But this is right now also fundamental that just describing what it does should be enough for a comment. So this fireburst-firenova. Colon at the end. FirenovaSpell. It says deprecated in 4.0, but we're using 3.5, so that doesn't really matter. Range 3. See? I think this will already work. Some light in here. Load. Magic item. Fireburst-item. There it is. Our wanted fireburst left clip. Summon a fireburst trap. Let's see if it works. There we go. Well, that's a pulser spell in action. It's just a block that casts multiple spells. Something similar is the bomb spell, which is instead of a block that casts multiple spells, is you put down a block and it'll cast a spell when it gets destroyed, which can be funny to make traps and such. Now it should only allow us to have 3, so let's test that. 2, 3. Now you have too many effects at once. Excellent, so that all works. Get a lot of visual latency from fires. I will show you one last neat trick, a very powerful trick, and that is block type air. Because the pulser might imply that it needs a solid block, but it does not. You can have an air pulser. There's just a little air block here. It's a magical air block, casting fire everywhere. Don't doubt it. Mr. Elephant, no. Okay, he's fine. Okay, let's conclude the lesson with that. Thank you all for watching and see you around next time.